Speaking of which, let me turn off Kai's stream because I can't hear myself. Alright. Are you guys ready to play some Rainbow Six Siege? Are you guys
Rainbow
ready?
Big Speech.
Yeah, man. Ooh,
I'm ready to play some Christian.
I had a comment on my profile. Shut up. Thanks, man. Somebody told me to shut up. I love that. I love when people comment on my profile and tell me to shut up.
Yo, slay.
It's like, yeah, man. Do you want to play Rainbow Six Siege with us, Iron? Because we're gonna be like completely trash and just be like
No.
retards. Okay. Well, that's what we're gonna be doing, dude. I don't know why you're here then. I'm making a video about me leading in squad. I'm working on it still. It's gonna be really good.
Autism.
I've already highlighted your ACAC. It's good.
Alright.
It's really good. I've noticed sometimes, I think Discord has less latency than the games we play because I've noticed like you're talking in on the Discord with us sometimes, like when we're playing Rainbow Six or not Rainbow Six, when we're playing Squad or Rising Storm, you're talking on the Discord and then your thing going on in the game would start going on as well at the same time. Like if you were talking, it's like the weirdest thing. It's like the game's in the past or something.
What happened to MGMT?
They made a really good album. The last album is really good. But I think that documentary you're reading or watching was made way before this album came out. The problem with MGMT is they don't put out a lot of work. You know, they put out like they have like 4 albums now. Congratulations. All their albums are good, but they weren't as good as like that one song everyone loved, you know? I can't remember what it
They're
was.
singles?
No, they have 4 albums. Don't they? Yeah, they're 4 albums. Well, I mean, Congratulations is like yeah, it's an album. It's like 40 minutes. It's an album. If it's 40 minutes, it's at least an album size. Yeah. But people only like one song from MGMT or something, and it's from their first album always. But Congratulations has a lot of cool shit on it. I like listening to Congratulations back to back. It's just like a great album. But again, like you have to like just accept that people just don't like music the way you like music. They just don't make normie music. That's the problem. People thought it was normie music, and it wasn't. And there's the problem. They just weren't normie enough for the internet. Hey, dude, what's up, Richard Clark? How you doing, man?
Alright, I'm ready for an invite.
Me too, dude. Hunter, you're in charge of invites, okay, dude?
No, I'm not.
Wow, you're so quiet. Wow.
Wow. Literally.
Spaceman 3.
Alright, my name is Paranoid Melon. You can add me on Uplay. Wow, wait, they added a new operator? Or just a new cutscene or something?
They added some Mexican.
She
Two
looks like a
Mexicans.
Mexican operator.
Not saying
Two
anything,
Mexicans.
I'm not saying like she looks like a Mexican, but I'm just saying she looks like a Mexican. Not saying there's anything wrong with looking like a Mexican. I have to be clear here. I'm just saying she looks poor. Okay?
Whoa!
Nah, I just meant she
okay.
looked like rugged, and that's all I really meant.
She looks like a refugee.
Bro, this Elite Mira.
I actually want to buy her though. She looks cool. I like female
Tells
actors.
you in Spanish.
Oh, they changed the whole
Thick.
thing. Nice. What's this whole Thatcher versus? Do they have like a free champ of the day or something? Because I have 2 of them like looking at me right now.
Spaceman 3.
How do you buy new operators now? Like, I'm confused. How does one?
Who is inviting?
I'm waiting for somebody to add me on. You have to add me or give me your an inviter or name or something. Oh, I got an invite from Hunter.
It's literally alt.moth.
ALT. That sounds like a really dirty name. Let me go find it. Oh, got a Hunter. Hunter sent me a giraffe picture. Nice, dude. ALT, you said? ALT?
.moth.
Moth. Group name. That's a group name. That's not what we wanted. Okay.
Yup.
How do you do this again? Oh, yeah. Add friends. ALT.moth. Oh, I got you, dude. Is that a hit or miss?
That is hit or miss.
She's hit or miss is looking pretty violent today.
Dead.
Yeah,
I
hit or
think she
miss.
died.
You think she died?
Pretty sure the hit or miss girl died. She
Died.
like disappeared off of everything.
I mean, it's probably because all the fucking weirdos. She was like 16 at the time. Everyone was like sexualizing her. So I mean, it makes sense. I would disappear too. I was being sexualized. Although,
I mean, dude, she played the whole world. She sexualized herself and then had a premium Snapchat, but never showed anything like more than her underwear.
yeah, no toe jam
And
anywhere.
And then just kind of like
Wait,
made
more than
bank
underwear.
and then
Wait.
disappeared.
It make it seem like you actually subscribe to this thing. What's going on here?
Which hit or miss girl?
Let's play R6.
Yeah, it's really interesting that you talked about her underwear, and I didn't even know.
Hang on. I gotta sip my bathwater. This is triggering me.
Some Philadelphia that gets
Nice.
herpes.
I like that. That was funny. Gotta sip my bathwater. That's good. I like it. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm retarded. That made me laugh though. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of retarded.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of retarded.
What's up?
Apparently, I have an 18+ stream going on right now, but it says I'm family friendly.
Hang on. I gotta go bring in groceries. I'll be right back.
Yeah, do what you need to do, man. Do what you need to do. bro.
Joe Rogan interviews with him. I really don't want to play Vicky 2.
Then don't play it, dude. I don't know why you're gonna play it. Did he actually add me on his friends? I sent an invite. Oh no, I did. Okay.
Vicky 2 was just, I don't know what Ty was like so autistic about carrying over games from.
Because it's
You-
like the idea that you can make a master class thing, but it doesn't work. The game doesn't work that way. He's like, well, it kind of worked this way. No one blobbed yet. I'm like, yeah, great. Good idea. It didn't blob. It didn't break. It doesn't work. The game's not meant to be doing that way. You'd have to do some major mods to make it work, and Tyler is not a modder in any degree, so it just doesn't work.
Well, Prince told me he didn't even know how to zip things.
Yeah, like I said, I know Tyler's not a modder. It's like he would have to remod each game individually and try to balance it out, right?
Well, there's a converter,
Yeah, but I'm saying even
and
with
I think Prince was the one that did all the converting for Tyler.
well, yeah, but the converter is just converting a map and it interprets it. What I'm saying is, if you want to balance out the entire, like, if you're making a game which takes place from EU4 to Vicky to Hoy to Stellaris, you'd have to balance out each and every game so it actually makes sense, or make some rule set to make it like not lame, because literally in EU4 he could, like, hypothetically, I mean, not in this case, you could complete. Well, actually, CK2. I forgot about CK2. CK2, EU4, etc. But you could either like steamroll on one or two of the games, and then you just like the next game would just be completely pointless. So you would have to like make it like in CK2, the biggest you can get as a major is your historical size. So France can only get to its historical size at this point at most. Minors can get as big as they want, but it's much harder. Or maybe it can only get as big as, I don't know, whatever. But you can make a rule set like that. That's how I would do it.
I just told him we'll just play like regular Vicky 2 or something. You don't need to keep playing a game.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the best alternative, or something. But whatever. Anyway, what's up, Richard? Richard Clarky, boy. What's up? He's not saying hi or anything. He's just ignoring me.
ContraPoints.
ContraPoints. Thanks for the pizza, Hunter. Oh, bro. Brr.
Oh, I forgot I muted him. I don't know why I did, but I did.
Who'd you mute?
Fucking the Hunter kid.
He's not even a bad dude. Why would you mute Hunter? He's like the nicest guy.
I
know.
think he was being annoying or something, or like doing something annoying.
Maybe. Or you're just an asshole.
Yeah, but I probably muted him for a good reason. I don't just mute people for no reason.
You unfriended me, like 3 weeks ago.
Well, you were being an asshole. Let's be fair.
Yeah, but I've already apologized for it. I think. I assume I did. I even got Ignis to come over there and beat you up. I mean, yell at you. I think.
Does that make you mad?
Does it make you mad? It's like, no, dude. That's just weird. Who talks to people like that? It's just so weird. Just weird. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of a lot of like bad things about society, where it's always about what I have and what you don't have instead of about what we can share. But maybe he wants to.
Well, he's a communist, so why wouldn't he share things?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Communists are all. I mean, that's what I think about it. The ultimate sharing is you getting everything from everyone else and you not giving anything else to anybody else, right? That's the ultimate sharing. At least with being self-interested and selfish, it's you getting what you deserve, right? The ultimate is still you getting what you're owed. But you maybe you want to get what you're owed first, but it's what you owed. It's not like what people are going to give to you just because they have more. That's just so that's, in my opinion, the ultimate, sharing is ultimately self-centered as well. But hey, I like looking at, I like reducing words to like similar words and then using it as argument. It's fun. It's a fun little brain teaser. Commies suck, man. Although if I was a commie, I would so be fucking Stalin. I would kill so many doctors.
Die of a brain hemorrhage.
Yeah, and then die of a brain hemorrhage. That's me. Totally would be me. I'm really hoping I don't die of a brain hemorrhage today, though. That'd be unfortunate. This has actually been viewer channel. Oh boy, this is actually unfortunately boring. No one's talking at all. Just me and Iron, and Hunter's being a silent little boy. Listen, dude.
Path of Exile.
Path of Exile. Path of Exile. Path of Exile. I'm gonna watch the Sonic 2 thing then. Screw it.
Declaring himself the winner.
Get punched. It's all in the mind.
Remember, there's people that like take his gold medallion Sonic 2 thing that he puts around his neck and like break it on him. That's like one of the things the internet did a
His
lot.
demands for an
Just
eligible
smash his shit.
bachelorette were also on his MySpace page. They included
Welcome, Exile.
Do you think? I don't know. Christian's a weird guy. I really feel bad for him, though. I mean, kinda, but then kinda don't. You know? Like, there's only so much you can care about somebody before you stop caring. There's like, well, dude, you kinda should have not done that. But he's autistic. Well, somebody should have told him not to be stupid. Ooh, that's a good song. I haven't listened to Sparkle Horse in a long time. Because, like, like there's like parents that have like autistic children, like really Asperger's children, and instead of trying to help them not be like awkward and silly and just like a pariah, they just accept how they are, which is good. It's good to accept them, but you're not doing them any favors either, because not everyone's going to be accepting. I mean, society should be more accepting, sure, but it's not. They shouldn't be so accepting that they allow somebody to be a complete asshole to people. Because I mean, Asperger's people and autistic people can be assholes because they don't have any. They don't understand social cues. Not saying it's their fault entirely, but I mean, I would definitely say it's the parents' fault for not trying to help them out with the social cues. I'm not saying be aggressive and slap them. What I'm saying is assist them. Just because they're autistic doesn't mean they're like completely broken. They have no chance of ever having a happy life and living a quote unquote normal life.
Borderlands 3.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it. It didn't look that bad. I mean, it didn't look laggy like the guys were saying, and I'm pretty sure the guy who was streaming didn't have the best hardware anyways. But it looked fine to me. But I wouldn't pay whatever they're charging. I don't want to. Yeah, it's like what, $40?
It's 1650.
Holy fuck! Really? It doesn't look. The graphics look same. I mean, the engine looks pretty similar. It might be more powerful. The game that looks very cramped as it always has. Like there's small little like areas where you fight. It's a loot shooter. It just feels samey. None of the areas seem different, I guess. Just a huge problemo, dude. This stream is gonna become me talking. This is gonna be about me ranting about Borderlands 3 and why it's bad. I hope I don't get banned by Borderlands 3.
Fan by 2K game.
Yes, could happen. They're watching my stream.
Yeah, 4K game is or something. I don't know what.
I don't know, dude.
Sorry about that. I'm back. Let me get an invite.
I already invited you, bro.
It expired.
No. Don't even say that to me.
It expired,
You
bro.
take that invite and accept it
I
this
took-
time. Okay?
I did. I was
Alright.
getting groceries. What was I supposed to do?
Say sorry, dude.
I said sorry, dude.
No, I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, dude. You guys ready? Let's go. The whole new thing is weird. Oh wait, it's Hunter's in charge. What am I doing? Is Hunter even here to play the game? Hunter!
Oof.
Hunter!
Oof.
Oh, dude, he ran away because Iron said he was being annoying one day, and Hunter's crying now. See what you did to this? Oh, good job, dude. Good job. Seriously, is this really
That's
gonna
what
happen?
I do.
How do you buy new operators? I don't get it.
With money
I know, but where do you go to buy them? Is what I'm saying. I go to the
in the
vendors.
operators menu.
Yeah, but it's new. There's a new menu, and there's. Oh wait. Oh, they're grayed out. I thought these ones.
Yeah, yeah. You just click on them.
I don't like the new way they did it. It kind of looks nice, I guess, but I'm not a big fan. 'Cause before
You're
it
not
took-
gonna be a big fan about how much this update crashes your game.
Listen, shut up. I have the 20K buddies. What should I buy? Is the Mexican here? No. Where's my map? Is it are they the defender?
You can't buy her for like another week unless you got the season
oh
pass.
yeah. That's that bullshit. I hope she's good. And I hope she's good to play as well. I'm glad they brought all the minorities into the game because Australia was a huge minority in my book.
Yeah.
I was trying to. I didn't really craft that joke well enough. I'm glad they added in the last 2 updates minorities. No wait, what was the one before that? Knock was Norwegian, right? Shit. But I mean that still works, I guess. But I was thinking that I don't know, it was just the idea that Australians are a minority is like retarded. I mean, where are they? Where are Mexicans a minority in America, but not in Mexico, dude? That's why it's a stupid statement to say. Okay, I'm gonna go bother Hunter on where the frick it is. Hunter. Are we playing or what? Go and
Yeah.
play, dude. Come on. Click play. For poop's sake. Yeah, that should be enough messages to him. That's like 5 messages. He clicked something. Great, awesome. Thank you, Hunter. You're the best. You're the best in the West. Oh, dude, my belly hurts. I drank way too much green tea. You know, like those African babies, like kids that are starving, and when they feed them a little bit of food, their bellies expand like massively. That's what I was like just a minute ago, because I didn't eat all day, and then I didn't drink a lot of fluids, and then my belly exploded. That's not good, though, by the way.
R6 tracker says we only have a 50% chance of winning this.
Yeah, well, R6 tracker doesn't know my skills, so let me go play Clash real quick. All right, guys. Everyone, make sure you guys play Clash with me, because if we all go Clash, no one's getting flashed. Wow.
This isn't Overwatch. Wait, no. Shoot.
What?
It doesn't work anymore.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'm sorry for ever speaking.
It's alright, dude.
Damn.
I don't know what this kid's problem is. He's making me feel like I'm an asshole or something.
Yeah, right.
He's like, I'm sorry for speaking. Dude, chill. You're allowed to speak. You're allowed to
Maybe
speak.
his parents beat him.
Granola
With
bars
jumper
taste so good.
Yeah, what kind of granola bar you got? It's like a Nutri-Grain or like a natural or like a naked, or a
Quaker.
Kashi? Quaker, oh my god.
Peanut butter chocolate Quaker granola bar.
Peanut butter chocolate flavors. Reese's Puffs?
Why
I'm
are
out
we
of stock
still
on
loading?
this.
Ugh.
Wow. Peanut butter chocolate flavors. Reese's Puff. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
It's okay. I guess we didn't want to play R6 today anyways. Oof.
Alright, guys. Make sure you guys clear the area. Why does this game feel like
You
all...
sound like one of those over-the-top YouTube people, and that's a compliment.
How's that supposed to be?
Oof, dude.
I don't want to punch that kid in the nipple. Dude, I'm gonna punch in the nipple. I'm telling you. This is a new map. Oh my god, it looks so...
No, it's reworked.
No, it's Canal just redone.
No, it's a new map, guys. So since it's a new
Yeah,
map,
new map.
we should all follow me. We'll all do a little exploration, and we'll all learn what the map's about.
10 seconds remaining.
Nice.
Don't mind that.
Op 4 has located a bomb.
Okay, there's a
Ready for
basement here
assault.
where there's
5 seconds
little
to insertion.
machines where you can
Who didn't grab their vest?
I don't know. I'm getting some nice lag spikes. They really did optimize
Yeah.
this game.
Whoa, you nearly shot my drone.
How dare you?
Wow, I missed every fuck. I'm lagging so hard. Oh god.
Where did it run off to?
One second, I'm lagging.
Oh wait, I got it. I got it. How do you roam?
You roam if you want to.
You
dude.
just do.
Okay.
Roam if you want to.
They
All
suck, by the way.
around the world. Roam if you want to. Na na na. Da, da, da. That's a good song.
Signal disruption works great.
I just got droned out.
I'm so bad. Almost killed her though. Hunter, use a grenade. Hunter, use a grenade.
I don't have a grenade.
Hunter, use your grenade. Hunter,
I
use
don't
the
have
grenade.
a grenade.
Hunter, use the grenade. Don't go back out there.
Monty.
Okay, use the grenade. Use the grenade now.
I don't have a grenade.
Shoot now. There you go. Now use the grenade.
I don't have a grenade.
She's in the room. Alright, you
No,
got it.
she's not. Not in my house.
Excuse me, how? He's low. He's on
Yeah, I'm
stairs.
following.
He's coming from the bottom, dude. No, he's behind you. He's below you. He's
Running
below you,
right
below
up.
you, below you, he's below you. He's below you. Wait for him to pass you. Let's shoot him in the back. Just wait, just wait. Or not.
Nice.
Just praying for it, I guess.
This game is too easy.
Might want to move that mic forward.
What?
What?
Dude, I'm really digging this new map. I'm glad they made a new
Ah,
map
but-
instead of reworking old ones again.
I just stuck my mic into my Taco Bell sour cream.
Wait,
Good job, man.
Taco Bell doesn't sell just sour cream, do they? Or is it just like...
I mean, it was in a taco.
Okay, that makes sense. Now,
To
what did you-
clarify,
what did you get? Did you get a? Let me see. Don't answer. Did you get a chipotle? No, what's it called? What's the word that's like a really good? It's chalupa.
Chipotle at Taco Bell.
Did you get a chalupa? Chalupa. Did you get a chalupa?
no, I got the Doritos Locos tacos and then the quesarito.
Oh my god, that sounds really good. One time when I was doing delivery driving years ago, they didn't give us the right address, so I delivered it to a Chipotle, and they're
Doesn't
like,
seem like basement.
"Well, we didn't order this, but if you
Yeah, no, they're
can't
first
find the
store.
person, we'll give you a burrito for this all that food." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Thanks for the info.
Sadly,
Chipotle away.
Damn, they're on the other
sadly
side.
that instance never happened because I found the person. I was
They're
I was
on
this
the
close to getting a burrito for free.
south wing. East wing. I'm not sure.
Although, I probably would have ended up paying for that food, so that was probably a bad idea.
I'm not used to
Oh,
this
God.
new
Uh.
map.
Yeah, this is map's new. I'm glad they made a new map instead of just reworking old ones.
4 strength, 4 stamina, leather belt.
I thought I was gonna be good today, but I'm not playing. I'm playing complete horse shit right now.
It is okay.
But then I haven't played in a while, and I'm also getting like weird lag spikes, so I think it might be the game's hacking or something. I blame the game. It's hacking.
Zom.
Yeah, I always blame the game.
Yeah, it's the game's fault, dude. I'm perfect, dude. Like I have a montage of me getting like 3 kills in a game.
In one game.
Looks good.
I have autism.
Can you say that like again but louder?
Low.
I have autism.
Say it 3 times fast and louder than that. Just yell it.
Give me a moment. I am eating a granola bar.
Oh,
This
that's
man
what-
just always eating granola bars. How many granola bars does he have, dude?
Maybe the small mouth, you know? Just maybe eats 1 granola at a time.
Yeah.
I got spotted by cams.
Can somebody like get the
I am
bomb?
autistic. I am autistic. I am autistic.
Okay.
Thank you, man. Now we can
Oh wow,
play.
he actually did it.
No problem.
The
Mozzie.
madman.
I'll get the bomb in a sec. I want to run around like a dingus.
Do you want me to flash it?
Sure, dude. Whatever. Or sure.
You didn't say anything.
I'll take it as a yes.
God, making some frame drops, yo.
Dude, why do granola bars taste so good?
Mmm.
Oof.
It's called aim for the legs, baby. Frame.
Watch out behind you.
I can flash it.
Yeah, do that. Hey, baby. Hey!
So that somehow worked.
Yeah, he gave me
And
the
I got
Because
doctor.
I yelled
cams.
I am autistic 3 times in a row.
Yeah, it helps me. It gives me power.
Oh, that's the dog that killed me and another person at the beginning of the.
Literally, the only reason why we won is because I yelled I am autistic.
Yep. Can't.
Man, that actually has a reason too. I actually was like, okay, I gotta try hard now. He did something for me.
Who's a good roamer?
Tavera.
That is not Cav.
Mussolini.
Oh, Valk's pretty good.
Oh, I'm gonna play
Legion's
I
Cat.
don't
pretty good.
have. I don't have most of those
Smonk?
characters. Smonk,
What about
sure.
Smock. I really like that. They call them Smock. Alright, when are you gonna buy the new Mao game? Have you...
Protect the bomb.
'Cause I'll buy it if you buy
What?
it. The new Mao game.
Time for some serious protection.
What is
I
that?
don't think it was very popular.
Yeah, but I mean, it's probably gonna be more popular than the modded, like Rob Z Assault Squad. That's my assumption.
Op 4 located a bomb.
I mean, you can play for 2 hours and refund it, but I didn't want to buy into like some idea. I gotta know. Oh my god, I forgot how to.
10 seconds left.
I forgot how to put. Okay, here it goes. Oh my god, you just.
I gotta say, I don't like this site.
I gotta
Bravo.
say that I really don't know how to use fucking drone
Op 4
like
located a bomb. Get ready to
tripwire
engage.
thing.
I'm gonna say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow.
I know that reference. They're coming that way, guys. They're coming.
They might have guns. Confirmed.
I cannot confirm nor deny they have guns.
I can confirm. I'm on cams.
Yeah.
Why we need a cam? We have like these monitors here. We can just look at them, right? Oh, those are just
Can we
monsters.
get a
They don't
rotate right here? Rotate on ping?
I
Sad.
don't have impact, sorry.
We didn't get enough funding for those.
Located a bomb.
Oh god, I'm messed up. I'm fucking messed. Do we have healers? Do we have
So on
do-
this
I
window.
need heals, bro!
Oh my gosh, why am I so bad?
Oh my god.
How?
There's a Mozzie. I mean, there's a Monty on the stairs.
Still there. He's moving down. Or not. He's heading back up. Or not.
Also Nitro.
Don't toss. Don't listen to anything I say. He's got his shield down. Right there. And there goes the cam. Flying.
Oh.
There's two people to the right of the stairs. Oh, right behind you, Ella. Behind the wall.
I got killed.
That man got
Another
his head
person
dripped.
to the left of you, Ella.
One friendly operator remaining.
Good luck.
Damn.
There's some like you might be okay. I have a lot of denials.
They're planting in the smoke.
Mission
They're
critical.
planting.
Bomb diffuser activated. Disable it.
He's on the left now. Oof.
Damn.
That hitbox.
We're eliminated.
The reason why we lost is because we didn't have the power of.
I don't mean to see you, but yeah, those bullets just go around corners, eh? Are you eating a granola bar too now?
Who, me?
Somebody's eating a granola bar.
Bro. I'm just trying to squeeze in this Taco Bell taco.
All right, man. How many have you eaten
Are you
so far?
sponsored?
I've only eaten a sandwich today, so I'm pretty good. I could eat Taco Bell. I could eat another taco if I had a taco. You know what Burger
Are you
King's-
guys sponsored or something?
I wish I was sponsored, dude. If I was sponsored by Taco Bell, I would talk about Taco Bell.
Sponsored by Taco Bell.
I should go into a Taco Bell and ask for a sponsorship. You're right.
Live Moss.
I think I need like.
This boss has a fucking chihuahua.
We need to locate
Yeah,
the
dude. If you get sponsored by Taco Bell, they actually give you a Taco Bell dog that you have to stream with all the time.
Oh man, I can't wait. Then all the accusations of me beating my dog would be.
They give you a Christian stream.
Oof.
Christian, man. He's a good guy, dude.
It's Christine, dude.
Bro, I would literally play R6 for Taco Bell just for their free food.
Oh yeah, I mean if I was getting like free tacos, like all I can. Eat,
Like, they don't
all I
even
can
have
eat.
to pay me, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's.
They don't even have to pay me.
Well, it's payment itself. Like getting free tacos,
Right.
like 2 or 3 tacos a day or something.
Where are they?
5 seconds.
Bro, where are... Yeah, good question. Where are they?
Where are they?
Bomb must be
Alright, somebody keep looking for them. I'm gonna walk into the water and drown. Never mind, I can't do that.
I know, it's too sad. I tried to do it earlier today and it didn't work.
Is that the rainbow? Never mind, it's a German flag. I was gonna say, is that the rainbow flag? Yeah. Man,
The German flag is a rainbow.
Hey, bro, the terms
Definitely.
we use here is gay pride.
it looks, well,
Definitely a Nazi flag right there. Big racism.
Those big Nazi gays. Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck.
They're down here.
Just had a feeling.
Stuck on a feeling. Doot, doot, doot.
Honestly, I don't think Tyler's ever gotten over that game I played him in the E4 where I just like trolled the shit.
No.
Like he goes out of his way just to fuck with me every game.
Alright guys, I'm gonna pop up and I'm gonna show myself and you guys are gonna kill me, okay? Alright, I'm not ready yet. Don't come on my side. Moo, wait, Moo, shut the fuck. Moo, no, you fucker!
Other side.
Moo!
I was just trying to keep us.
Moo, I was trying to save you, man. Now we're all dead.
Yeah, but there's a recruit in that bathroom window.
That
Should I
plastic
say
shield
locker
saved
room
you.
window?
Gotta put my saran wrap back on.
Man, this is turning out really bad. We should have probably
The diffuser has been secured.
not gone to the basement.
Very tactical of you, Blackbeard.
Bomb has been located.
Yeah, feel free to help anytime, Ash.
oh god.
Ah!
Did we just win? Oh my
Op 4
god.
neutralized.
What happened?
Dude, we freaking won. I like the guy that says he's garbage. He's the one carrying us to victory.
Ooh, centerpiece. My god.
Look, him off to the left, looking like a dog. Dude, Dokubi's pretty tall. Is she like the tallest champion?
I'm pretty sure they're all the same exact height.
Damn,
No, they're
boyfriend
not.
alert. Nah, Dokkaebeat's massive, dude. And also, I know they're not because the other guy, the Australian male guy, is tiny compared to the fat chick he's paired with. I can't remember their names. Sorry. Apologies.
Gridlock and something else. And
Apologies to
muscles.
every fat woman that plays this game. I just don't know their name. I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about the champion. Sorry.
Bro, I'm on 47% and I didn't get an alpha pack. Like, what?
Yeah, well, it's not my fault. So. Oh, my belly, dude. I drank so much liquid today. I was watching a clip from this movie called Basketball, or is it called? What was it called? Shit. 1 second. Hunter, come on. You're the one in charge of the queue. Come on, hurry up. Basketball? It's the one with the guy that makes South Park. You know what I'm talking about? South Park.
Basketball.
Basketball, yeah, that was it. So apparently there's a scene in that movie that I don't remember where he milks himself and squirts nipple fluid all over the opposing team. I just thought I would want to inform you about this. I don't know.
Sounds like South Park.
Yeah, it does. I don't know why I wanted to bring it up, but it's been in my brain
Oh.
all day.
Wow, we have an 82% chance of winning.
Yeah, because we just won the last one, so now we're winners. I bet you we lose, it goes back to 50%. Then we lose again, it goes down like to 16% or something. Excuse me.
Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry, I have to warm up. I haven't played like Siege in like forever, so I can only get like 2 kills a game now.
Rainbow Six. Sweet.
I used to get like 3, man. I was really good back then. And that's because you 1 KDR per round too, as well. If you win straight. Takunska? No shit. Bill Nye was never a guy. Jill.
Bill
Jill.
Nye the Jill guy.
Wait, what? Is this a thing?
Yo, 9 is the alien. Dude.
Oh, Jill Nye.
Protect the bomb.
Science Jill. A video completed for dance class. You'll learn about some new information. Cool use of green screen though. January 2010.
Be advised, Op 4
Bill Nye the Jill Snack guy.
Out there, Rook.
remaining.
Dude, I don't know what I'm watching. Alright, I'm back, guys. What's up? What's up?
Welcome back, welcome back. Hey, don't talk bad.
Hey guys, it's me, Hank Hill. How are you guys doing, you little bobbies?
He sounds exactly like Hank Hill.
I know.
Exactly like him.
I tell you what. There, I'm gonna make a little smiley face here, I think. How does it look? Hunter, how's it look?
Found a bomb. You must defend it.
Hunter, come over here. Can somebody come over here and look at my art, please?
Help! Help! They're
Pretty good,
bombing.
right? Yeah?
It sucks.
This is terrifying.
Alright, man, that's not really fair. Wait, what happened to my hand? Oh my god. When you answer that phone, did it like go like... Oh, wait, I'm playing a Google?
Yeah, it went all crazy.
Oh, goodness. Window there. We're losing all our friends.
Oof.
Hunter, it's just me and you and I need pods, bro.
Pots.
Pods, dude. I haven't talked to pods in so long.
Air pod. I don't think bots like you.
Huh?
I don't think bots like you.
That's offensive, since I love him, just don't love his double standards. Okay, I'm a sneaky snake. A sneaky snake.
You should go book it up. I like how fast. People playing WoW Classic got burnt down on it.
What are you talking about?
World of Warcraft Classic.
Oh yeah, people like it, dude. I don't know why, but
Op 4 is defusing a
oh,
bomb.
that's not good.
Disable their diffuser.
Well, we lost that boy.
Destroy it. 1 remaining. Last operator standing.
Hey, you
No,
should
you're
run,
the
it's
last
already
one.
over.
You're the last one.
1 second, I'm retarded.
No, you can't defuse. It's already over.
Diffuser has been destroyed.
What? Hacker,
Successful.
kick him.
Wow.
That was pretty. I was like, no, because when it popped up 1 versus 1 after I killed the guy, I was like,
Die, you zombie.
Bro,
bitch.
I literally said if you clutch this, I'll follow you, but my mic was muted, so it didn't count.
oh damn. Follow me on what? Netscape?
On Twitter.
On
No,
Twitter.
IRL.
Oh god. I'm glad I didn't win that one. I mean, I'm glad I didn't. Mumble. IQ's good. Thermite. I like me some Thermite. Or Thatcher. Thatcher's pretty good. Sledge is pretty good though. He's a Sledge boy. Cause I can put like a meme thing where I listen to like Hammer Time every time I hammer the wall. That's a good joke. No one's done that before.
Wow.
Try to get a hammer kill.
Try to get a hammer kill, dude. If I get a hammer kill, I'm gonna
Hey,
scream. I'm gonna scream on my mic.
Why are you paranoid?
You know, I don't know.
Because
Oh.
people be following him IRL.
Man, I was waiting for like some like deep backstory, but I guess it's a letdown.
I mean, you're let down, dude. Get
I know,
upstairs
my
in
dad
the
tells me that all the time.
army lockers.
Oh, bad, dude. We're gonna push the shit out of this.
Stream on YouTube.
Yeah. I only do that right now because I want to stream on Twitch. I'm trying to grind some hours. And if no one's watching anyways, might as well grind some hours for the people that are there.
Insertion in 5 seconds. A bomb
That's the
must
theory, at
be
least.
located and defused.
The theory and the hope. Yeah.
Le Toucan has. Le
Luke
Toucan.
Toucan has arrived.
Like I was memeing PathXL so much that like they banned anyone that said it in court.
Yeah, there was a meme like, oh man, I suck, asshole. Just raw asshole.
Alright, boys, come over here. I know the push.
Oh my god, how did I do? I don't even know what I did.
Hey, Sledge, where is he?
Don't worry, guys. I'm dead.
Where, Melon? Where?
I'm dead. They're in the
He's dead?
building.
Oh. Damn. I didn't guess.
I really messed that fucking shit up.
Located a bomb.
The toucan has arrived. That's an old meme, dude. That's so.
Melon, you should have told me through the hole from the wall, man.
Well, I mean, I thought your big brain would figure it out, dude.
Thank you,
I didn't see the hole, man.
Just look.
I wish
Like,
we had a
You
Thatcher.
saw it.
Yeah, if you couldn't see the hole, then you wouldn't have looked anyways for the hole because you wouldn't seen it.
God damn you, all moth! Piece of shit.
Dude, you guys talking shit, dude. You better.
What was the chance of us winning again?
87%. We won the first
Yeah,
round,
something like that.
so it's okay. It's not that up there. You can still pull it off. Just gotta not be retarded.
Bomb has been located.
Please cover me.
He's going to now. Oh, he threw a grenade at you. No, it's hit me. Oh boy.
It's all up to our good luck.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Ugh!
Wow.
He fucked us.
How the fuck was that not a kill? Please, please, please.
It's okay, bro. It's not a big deal.
It is a big deal.
The diffuser has been destroyed.
It's all my fault anyways. I got shot.
Yeah, and then he didn't inform me where he was.
Why would you go through the same area I went through? Are you dumb or something? It's like it's like you're trying to get in trouble and you're just trying to make me look like a bad boy. It's not my fault, dude.
Because you are a bad boy.
My name is Hunter.
That's you, dude. Every day. All right.
Yeah, I gotta flex on these kids with the elite Mira.
That's really nice. I like that skin. She looks like she's like happy for once. And then instead of her
She
looking
kind of
at-
looks like a mom that, like, after you smash, the next morning you get like a Capri Sun and a granola bar.
Oh, granola bars. We're back on this fucking topic again. All right. Somebody better.
Someone really likes their granola.
Somebody better say they're autistic 3 times fast. Hurry up.
Secure
Which
the
one's gonna
area.
be?
Keep the bombs protected.
Not me. Noses. All right. Whose fingers on their nose?
Wow, dude, that's offensive. I don't even have a nose.
Oh, then you're about to say it, dude. Sorry.
No, what are you doing? Stop! Stop, Hunter! No!
Advised, a bomb location has been compromised.
What are you crying about, old moth?
Oh, I can't throw this. I can't throw it outside the door. What's this garbage game?
You gotta wait
You just,
until like.
you just got weak arms. That's all it is.
Is it because I'm a woman?
You just
Actually,
go-
never mind. I'm a man.
Yeah, you're an agent. That's why. You got any muscle.
Down to 5 seconds.
So there's a
Listen
Twitch
to
running
K-pop
around.
and, I don't know. Drink soy.
There's a Twitch.
Op 4 has located a bomb.
This doesn't feel right. I shouldn't be on site as a Jaeger. It's not right.
That's the only thing.
Yeah,
I
what do you
walked
do?
in.
Running around looking for your ACOG?
Yeah, fuck off, Mira. This is my room.
One time I spent an entire game on like in that room, just hanging out.
Legion, I swear to fucking Christ. Legion. Legion.
What's up, dude?
I have complaints to make. No. You realize we needed that wall to be soft.
No, I didn't.
How are we gonna shoot out of here?
Shotgun.
Just take the wall down, dude. Just undo it.
Oh yeah, forgot. Yeah.
Terrier? Terrier? Help!
You're shooting inside there.
Man, if that
Got him.
wall wasn't reinforced, you could have
Oh,
got
yeah.
him.
I did get him. I did get him, dude.
Boy coming through.
Save me, Legion! I'm coming.
Drop down, drop down.
Operator remaining.
Fletcher kick melon.
4 remaining.
Fletcher Blitch.
Hot.
Slip.
I get him. I get him. I get him. Did I get him?
No.
I don't know.
you
Did I get
got
him? All right. All right.
I
Almost got him. See? It's okay. We can still win this one. I just gotta stop playing like a doofus for like a minute. Just 1 minute, dude. We are 1 and 2
Can't
though.
believe you reinforced next to my mirror. I'm so mad.
I just wanted to mess with the other guy. It was funny for a moment. Like I know. Oh my god! Yo, I see your streamer. Wait, what? Yo, I see your streamer. I thought you might just want some of my songs. Look how short my vids are. Search X tracks on YouTube. Tell me you like it. Wow, dude, that's a nice promotion on Mixer. I love your. You definitely see I'm streamer because I'm literally on Mixer. Thanks, man. I'll look up your tracks for sure, dude. I'm sure.
Bro,
I'm
I
sure they're
see
all fire.
you're a streamer. Dude, like, check out my vids on Pornhub.
People always say that, but they never actually have anything on
On
Pornhub.
where our first bomb site was.
Why don't you tell us? No.
You mean customs? Because
the
they're
Mozzie
definitely...
guys.
They're not customs. This dude lied.
Honey, you lied, dude?
They're workshop.
They were all there. Yeah, they were all near there.
Well,
It's definitely workshop.
well, I'm glad somebody busted to my
You found a bomb. Make your way to its location.
Alright guys, it's all for nothing. We lose this game, we have ruined our chance of winning.
really?
I mean, if we lose this round, yeah, we're definitely gonna lose, but
That's what I'm saying, dude.
it's okay, because I am eternal.
The flame is eternal. damn it, Hunter. I was gonna do something sneaky. Now you just did that shit. At least shoot the base or something so I can look behind it. That's good. That little sneak. Thanks, perfect. Can I do the other side too, so they don't just look at one side? Oh, good. That's even better. Great.
Da, da.
Oh, great. Just spawn. No one's even over here, Hunter. It's okay. I'm gonna crawl with you, buddy. Oh, let me set up.
Can you like gridlock off the?
Okay, I'm not talking to anybody.
Yo, can you gridlock off B, please?
Oh! Oh fuck! I was killed from like the bathroom area by Mozzie.
There's a Frost and someone else inside of there.
Traps released.
Uh.
I know this is like the most scariest part of the game.
Excuse me, coming through.
Drone activated.
So far, so good.
Friendly, last operator
Alright.
standing.
Don't get me, there's 2 there. One's coming outside.
That's alright. They've
nipples.
got no time.
Fingers crossed. No time. No time.
No, they've got it.
Yeah.
Hostile bomb defused.
Wait.
Oh, word.
Successful.
Wait. What?
Oh, word.
What? What? Why did they say we won? They should say we lost. Wait, what?
We won.
Wait, but with the czar, wait, what? This doesn't. The way
We
it read
won.
was. The way it read was so confusing.
Bomb got disarmed, man.
But isn't that bad?
No, we're
No.
disarming the bomb.
Yeah.
They
Wait,
were
we were-
disarming the disarmer.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
dingleberry.
forget because this game's stupid and you're disarming a bomb with the disarmer instead of putting a bomb down. It's just confusing sometimes.
You just don't know. You're just bad.
There's too many.
Why don't we just plant a bomb and they defuse?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, plant the bomb and they defuse it, not defuse the diffuser. It's just so confusing. It's so my brain.
I don't know, man.
Makes my brain hurt. I'm so confused.
I should have played Mira, so that way if we won, I would have got the,
Keep the bombs protected.
The
front center
game.
Mira elite.
That's good. True. That's good. That's good. True, dude. That's good. True. That is.
But
good
I
and true.
played myself.
That's
Played.
That is good and true, dude. Alright, I'm not gonna put up any walls. But apparently, I'm retarded and I don't know what I'm doing. So you guys,
Wow, I got a drone with the wall. What a guy.
that's really good. I'm really proud of you, son. Oh, no, you missed the whole dialogue about pizza pop. Oh my god! Wait, 1 second. I got this. Got it. Alright. You missed the whole dialogue about pasta pizza, please.
It's a nice ass you got there, Ella.
Thanks, dude.
Op 4 has located a
Wow.
bomb. Get ready to engage.
I'm not gonna place down any of my stuff because I'm Jaeger, and you know, it's not how Jaeger works.
You're not playing the right guy, dude. Okay, I'm getting some bad lag spikes, dude. Scared me.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, I was lagging there, so I just saw something and I just had to. I kind of.
Be advised, Op 4 has located a bomb.
Dude, so much fucking lag. I might lower my settings for once, for fuck's sake, dude.
Ash is on the side.
I hate this game so much. I can't. Let me lower the settings.
Oof. Yep, we've lost.
Probably. Display game info. Yeah, give me the game info, bro. Apply. Okay, 43 FPS. That would be a problem. What are we doing? Are we gonna do his VSync on or something?
They're planting.
Hey, where is it? It's not here.
Yeah, it's in the other side.
Do we just win?
Yeah, I should have played fucking Mira, dude. I would have, you know, would have got my front and center, my elite, but nope.
Yeah, man. Sounds like a personal problem. Oh, here it is. VSync. Turn on VSync. Turn up VSync.
I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back. You can start the queue.
Okay, man. Thanks for the impression. Ah, shit. No. Yes, supply changes. Yes, please. I know I'm lagging so hard, dude. This is like... It's not lag. It's getting like 40 FPS drops, and it's just... Going from 60 to 40 is not cool. How do I guess I can just drop it down to shadow quality. That might help a bit. Ambience. Yeah, I'll just do that. That might help a bit. And see if that helps. Yeah, I hope that helps a minute. We'll try that. We'll try that. I'm gonna play. We'll play one more game, I guess, because I'm kind of bored. Not bored. I'm kind of tired. That's a better word. That's a better word. That's a better word. That's a better word, as some would say. That's a better word for it. Pretty good. Oh, excuse me. Oh, baby. Yo, Melon, thanks for your friggin' shroud.
Ah, shit. I gotta go. I'll catch y'all later.
Wow, dude. That's offensive.
This is
man.
secure.
You can't just leave in the middle of a match.
Yeah, that's pretty
I mean,
messed up, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
it's just like this. Just like
Listen.
it
Disgusting.
was secure area anyways. Who plays that?
I don't know. Hunter does, because Hunter doesn't remove his...
Anyway, I'll be on later. I don't know. Yep.
Whatever.
Good playing with y'all. You know,
Get some
it's nice, you know, not being the bottom fragger all the time.
You're welcome.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Catch
dude.
y'all later.
I can always do that for you. See you later.
Boo boo.
Oh, what a jerk, dude. He doesn't mean stay for all the games.
What a fucker.
He tells us to go start a new game, and he leaves us on the game. Who does that? I'm gonna TK Hunter. Only way I'll make it feel better.
I'll let you TK me for 100 crackers.
100
No,
crackers.
500 crackers.
I'm out. Gotta reload.
500 crackers. That's like nothing, dude.
And 1,000
I'll
crackers.
TK you for free, dude. How about that? It's a better deal. Display game stuff is awful.
10 seconds.
Dude, shoot me one more time, I swear.
5 seconds and counting.
Can't finish the game without an 8 ball.
Found the biohazard container. They will attempt to locate it during the assault. Unspool some wire.
Got it. Well, I killed one, downed one, and another one killed me. But they're all in that hallway.
Where?
Well, figure out where my dead body is, and you'll use your big brain. Real easy. There should be one more in there. Use your grenade, dude, and you'll be fine. probably right in that corner. Yeah, he's gotta be there, because there's no way it's anywhere else. Yeah, good try. Maybe he's dead. There he is. Why the other guy not shoot him?
Why can't you shoot through those small holes?
You can, you're just not good at it. Caveira took forever to kill that guy, eh? Yeah, keep shooting, dude. Got a full auto that shit. Full auto that shit.
You're mine, Palyaço.
1 op 4 remaining.
Dude, that gotta hurt getting stabbed in the neck. What do you think?
I mean, want to try? I can stab you if you want.
If you think it's gonna feel good, is that your argument? If you think it's gonna feel good, then I can stab you.
If you remain in this
That's-
zone,
Yeah,
that-
sure. Let's
that-
meet up.
hostiles.
Yeah, let's meet up, dude. I'll meet you up, and I'll meet up with you in New Jersey.
Yeah, you know my address.
Yeah, it's buttplugs.19 poop way.
You will be detected if you remain in this area.
My name's Hunter. I moved, but I'm not gonna
You have
remind
been
you
spotted by
that.
hostiles. Fall back.
There he is. You see him?
Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
Oh my god.
Why didn't she shoot him? She saw him.
She didn't see him. She wasn't focused on him. She was looking like to the left.
But look, she flicked to him and then stared at him for a good like 5 seconds.
I don't know, dude. Maybe people like to stare death in the eyes before they shoot. Sometimes people do that shit. I don't know about you, but I do that all the time. I like staring at people right in the eye.
I do that too, but it's just because I have a bad reaction.
I say, bro, shoot me in the face. No balls. And they go, wow, you think I don't have any balls? Sonny?
Did they shoot you in the face and then you die?
I've never been shot in the face in my entire life, actually.
Wanna first try? Wait, grab back.
Oh, man. Ugh. Oh, man. Almost heaven. Oh, my God. Almost 17. I'm gonna go check out that one game we were playing. Let's look at Men of War.
What one game that we're playing?
Look at Men of War, dude. I want to see what that looks like. It's not even that expensive. It's like $20, so it's not even like that bad. Can you like click though? That'd be a thing. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Yeah, that game. That's the game I was talking about. That's the game, man. Naughty game, yo. The naughtiest game I've
You need to
ever
locate
seen.
the biohazard container.
The naughtiest game we'll ever see.
Good work. The biohazard container has been located.
They should give the Twitch drone the ability to jump, because that'd be like cool. I
That would
mean,
be a bit too OP.
no, there's no such thing as balance, dude. Just it's a dedicated drone. Give the same features as everyone else.
10 seconds to go.
I took out
5 seconds to insertion.
bandits like electrical kit for the most part.
Proceed to biohazard container location.
Ooh, baby, it's a wild stallion convention.
Can't ride through the.
Get right on this window.
Losing back.
Hey, bye, Cap. I miss you. Ah, another guy. Mirror to the left of me, where I died.
Flag the threat. Stop securing the container.
Who would have thought some guy staring in a hole the entire game would have been a bad idea?
Dude, there was a guy staring right at the guy that I marked 3 times and he didn't shoot.
Dude, what do you want me to say, man? He doesn't like you. I mean, I get a kill and no one follows up. I got a kill! I get a kill! It's all about my kills, bro. No one else's kills matter. I just like playing Warden because he crosses his legs. Like, look at that. Like, look at that leg cross he does. It's like really cool. I pressed a button. Okay, this is what I want to do. I want to go over here. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna do my thing. No one's ever gonna.
Op 4 located the biohazard container. 10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds. Op 4
I literally
drone has
missed
located the
every
biohazard container.
freaking shot. Now let's hope he doesn't notice I'm here. He doesn't notice I'm here. What the heck? Don't even okay, at least I lit her up. Jeez, that was awful. You're so dead.
One
So
friendly
dead.
remaining.
Dude, I don't know what to do there.
Yeah, get out. You just had
Yeah,
to
there's
get
a guy in the other room as well.
out. I know, you just had to get out, dude. You
I was
just-
basically trapped.
Yeah, you have to get out, dude.
Yeah, to where though?
You had to get out, dude.
To where, dude?
You had to get out. That's all I'm saying.
But to where?
You had to clear your way out. Hey, Charmander, what's up? How you be? You know me. I'm good. I'm just talking to Hunter and explaining to him that he had to get out of there. He spent too much time in there. He got kerfuffled and he just didn't know how to leave. That happens to the best of us sometimes. You know what I mean?
Where you spawning, man?
I'm gonna spawn where I want to spawn. I'm spawning.
Poolside?
at
Poolside, okay?
Ruins, yeah. Poolside, yeah, poolside, yeah. So what's up, Charmander? How you doing, man? Have you been treating your mom good? Have you been punching her in the nose? You know, like I instructed you to do? I don't think I ever did that actually, but if I did, that was me.
You just did right now. He should go right there to his mom and punch her in the nose, saying,
Absolutely. If you listen to anything that I've said today, that's one thing you should listen to. Maybe. Thanks, man. I'm hoping and praying for, just one of those days that, that happens and we all get together and, punch our moms in the nose. Don't make her bleed though. That's messed up. I want you to make it so hot fudge sundaes comes out of her nose. I want sundaes coming out of her nose. That'd be cool. Imagine you can punch something in the face and then like pizza comes out. How often do you punch something in the face and pizza came out?
Insertion in 10 seconds.
I want to answer. My mom's even home. Yeah, because she's going out to get hot fudge sundaes for you, or you're gonna punch her in the nose. See, imagine that. So think about it. Hey Hunter, would you punch somebody in the nose if they give you a pizza every time you punch them in the nose?
of fucking course, man.
Yeah, of course you would. Yeah, dude, but you're super funny. I guess so. See, think about this though. This is what a hitman is. All you are doing is being a hitman right now. That's what hitmen do. They get paid to hit people with like guns and bullets.
Did you see what that guy did?
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, man. No, I
He's
didn't.
basically that one bot from like Apex.
The spinny dude? I'm on a tangent
Yeah,
here.
the guy that with the zip line.
I'm just trying to explain to everyone that they could be a hitman too. They could be a hitman too. And it's all about whether or not they get paid to do it. Now, people do stuff out of anger. No, they can't be hitmen. Those are just bad dudes. Real hitmen go after fudge pizza. Oh, I missed that one. Womp that one. Alright, I probably should have. It feels so clunky. My mouse is.
Kev on me, Kev on.
Kev on
Found
you.
a biohazard container. Proceed to its
Oh,
location.
fudge, man. I don't know what's dancing there. You thought I was playing dumb or something? You thought I was actually dumb? Just pretend to be dumb. Pretending to be dumb, dude. I was just pretending. You guys think You guys think I'm actually dumb?
Operator standing.
Yeah, my mom just came here and I punched her in the gut.
In the gut?
And in the nose.
Yeah, you go. There you go. There you go. Dude, I play so cocky sometimes. I don't know why. Watch one day later you have a hit on you. I better have a hit on me, dude. If somebody doesn't come over here and beat me up this moment, I'm gonna be pissed. I will actually be pissed. I expect somebody to come over here and beat me up. I don't know why. Hey, Amara.
Dude, is that a silent shotgun?
Maru, what does that hook do?
Yeah, it's a grappling hook. I told you, man.
Can you grapple stuff? Grapple something for us.
Yeah.
Show us how it works, dude. I mean, we're gonna lose anyways. Might just show us how it works. Come on, bro. You're not gonna do it. You're gonna lose anyways.
Yeah, man, just grapple for him once. Just
Grapple,
grapple,
man.
once.
Please?
Yeah, on, dude. Do it.
Just
Come on.
grapple, dude.
Just grab your Snapchat.
Grapple, grapple.
One grapple. Just one.
Yeah, you have 3.
Just
Do
one grapple.
Oh, dude,
See, if you grappled, you would have won.
You should have grappled.
That's some bullshit right there. What do you
Grappling?
mean grapple? Now, if you grappled, things might have been different.
Now, if you grappled, like, right in that exact moment, you would have been good.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. Grapple, grapple, and more grapples, dude.
Snap.
Grapple, snapple, and pop. That's what you should have done, dude. That's the room. Wait, oh my god, I don't know what it said. That's the, fuck, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Another one?
Yeah, we play one more. But seriously.
You sound like a Chad.
Thanks, man.
That's because he is one.
I can bench press like 20 pounds.
Gaming.
Yeah, you wouldn't be here if your mom didn't decide to have a failed abortion. But
That's not funny, man. I'm a failed abortion.
I know. Oh man. Oh bro. But aren't we all just failed abortions? Let's be realistic here, guys. Aren't we all on the spectrum? This is the last game, though. I'm kind of... I want to see that grapple hook. I want to pressure somebody to show me the grapple. I really do. If we can pressure somebody to use the grapple hook, then I'm happy.
You know the bot from Apex?
No, I don't play Apex enough, but explain.
The one with the grappling hook.
I didn't know there was a... Oh, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
That's basically the same thing. They just copied.
So the entire team can go on her back and ride across it? It's pretty cool.
No, it's just hers. That's his ult.
Oh. That's... Imagine stealing something from Apex. How? Ubisoft. Lame. Want me to play something on my guitar that's heavily out-of-tuned?
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay, you guys ready? This is gonna be called... Oh, like half the strings are broken off. This is gonna be called Half the Strings Are Broken Off.
Activating camera. Op 4 drone has located hostage. Prepare for assault.
Beautiful, right? I know. You don't tell me.
Dude, that was beautiful.
I'm back.
Down to 5 seconds.
Grab your vest.
Alright, I'm gonna grab my vest. Hey, is there Legion on our team?
Location compromised. Prepare for assault.
Hey, can somebody go Legion next defense game? I wanna see if I can ban Reynard. Please? Hey, I'm trying to help you out here. Can you move over, Dokubi or Nikobi? Nico Howell? I'm trying to put a shield up for you. It won't go up. I'm trying to put another one up here for you. Never mind. You're good, I guess. Sorry. I'm trying to be helpful. Maybe that'll be good. This will be good, right? Give a little bit extra cover so you don't get shot from that doorway. Yeah.
There's a guy here on this window next to me.
So like, how do you like your new digs? Do you like the new shields, dude? Nico Hollow? Hello, Nico? Nico, you like your new digs? Do you like your new digs? Yes, he said yeah. Nice. Thank you, man. That's all I need. That's all a girl needs is a little bit of reassurance that she did nice in her boyfriend's apartment. You know?
Actually, is a girl.
Yeah, I'm the girl. She's the boy. They don't know if you get the reference. What?
Neko's a girl.
No, I'm the girl. I was calling myself the girlfriend. And she's my boyfriend.
There's another guy, watch out.
Okay.
Has been compromised.
It makes perfect sense to me, dude. Yeah, I would have screeched, but my voice really hurts. So can't really screech down. Oh god. Oh, I saw something. It was my reflection in that mirror and I got freaked out.
You will be detected if you remain in this area. You will be...
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, that actually worked. I didn't believe it. I'm like, there's no way I'm not gonna fucking die. Ooh, sorry.
Enemy drone incoming. Starting the clock.
You know, it'd be funny if you shot the hostage. Oh, you're right. That'd be hilarious. 1 second. Let me get banned.
You do that, and I'll kill you.
Yeah. That's my fetish, dude. What if dying is my fetish?
That's Fudge.
Sledge there.
Oh my god. I thought I killed the guy. Oh, word. That's just me and you, Nico. Hello.
Split for 75.
Oh goodness gracious. Great balls of fire.
Now it's just you. And now you failed.
It's okay. It wasn't actually my fault. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest.
The gamer girl says it was.
Actually, go shields for me, boys. Hey, listen,
Oh, shields, everyone.
I'm the ultimate gamer girl. So I don't know why you keep calling me a gamer girl. It's just kind of offensive.
Yes, GT.
What? What do you want, man?
Recruit shield.
Oh yeah, you're right. How do we do this again? Is it like
Jackal, don't be a little bitch.
How do you do it? Oh, ballistic shields, FBI, right? Yeah.
Don't be a little bitch, Jackal.
Yeah,
Team
Jackal.
kill.
MMG2, dude. What are you doing, man? We should
Team
shield
kill
him.
him.
Put a bullet.
Everyone should surround him with shields so he can't leave.
Need to find the hostage.
Give him a big
just fucking shoot him.
Just give him a shield hug until he apologizes for breaking the shield pact, and so we can become,
shoot him.
so he can become the shield hero we always desired him to be, and then we can shield together with shields and shields, and then we can make a shield line. It'll be shield-tastic. You shield what I mean? Speaking of Shield Hero, how do you guys like Shield Hero? You think it was too deep? You think it was too dark? They're in Reptile Hallway. They're the same place we were at. Actually, I caught him now. I got the hostage right there. Bing, bing. I won't alert, but it's there. I swear to God. It's there. It just wouldn't ping. Can I buy your gamer girl P? Absolutely, dude. There, where's that shield guy? Shield, non-shield boy. Where are you?
He's by us. MM2.
We're coming. We're gonna shield the shit out of that shit. I'm coming. Hey, MM2EG72. Are you a Coomer? I love that reference now, Coomer.
Are you a zoomer? Alex Jones is banned.
How did that work?
I don't know, but just sometimes that shit happens, dude. I have like no luck when I go shields. My hitbox is like massive compared to people apparently.
Should subscribe to Count Dankula.
Count Dankula. I don't think he's a racist. I just think he's a fucking obnoxious or autistic person.
There's Frost right on that door.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he doesn't argue that he's not now.
So I'm like I agree with them, like not go to court over that stupid shit, but I don't like it either
Dude,
way.
is the Jackal in our team fucking stupid?
What happened, Jackal? Your head exploded. Maybe you should have wore a
Yeah.
shield.
I watched the video of him. He
really should have, like, fucking protect his face,
I guess Dallas or something and
Yeah, I
punked
don't
out.
think you're supposed to kick me, man. Love you though.
It was a great interview.
Grab hostage, I got you covered.
I almost went in the frost trap.
Hostage acquired. Move out. Hostage no longer secure. We have been eliminated.
You see MM2, if you got on shield, we were on it. What the hell's wrong with you, man?
Yeah, bro.
We fucking lost that shit because of you.
I love his nasally voice. Kind of cute.
Are you in love with him?
You should try to get to Instanium levels on Clone. I already did the Instanium levels in Clone Journey. You want me to make a video?
You got to 1,002, man.
I've been 1,002, dude. But you want to make me a video of going to Instanium? Why, dude? It's kind of like
Mr.
pointless.
1,000 here. You're talking to Mr. 1,000. You should watch your mouth.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's a game, man. I don't know, man. It's just a thing. There's no advantage going to Instanium. At least not for like Twitch mode, at least. For like endless, I guess. No, I don't think there's any scaling. The scaling's all fucked up. Because in Twitch mode, there's no tiers, uranium, or Insanium at all. They're like, well, there are, but they're not in the selection, so all the enemies spawn on Titanium anyways. It's kind of garbagely balanced.
You need to keep
Wait,
the hostage secure.
when did I go do Insanium? I went to Insanium on the day the co-op came out. Years ago, bro. Years ago. But I don't make videos of that shit. There's a clip of it on Reddit probably when I did it. It was like, who cares? Wow, you made it to Insanium. Yeah, I mean, it's not hard. I don't know. I feel the balance is all messed up in that game. I'm so bored at this point. And they kind of broke Twitch mode at the moment. I don't know if they can even fix it at this point.
Yeah.
Got it. How do you get in here with that thing there? That's just my question.
Hostage location compromised. Prepare for assault. Jammer activated.
And
Challenge everything.
Okay, I made a little. So what I did is I made a little fort over there, so they think I'm over there. Oh my god, look at that sundress. It's so pretty. You think it would look really good with me? Like, think me in it. Imagine if I was in it. Oh my god, that's pretty. Like, imagine if I was wearing that sundress. You think it would look pretty? Hunter, come over here. Look at my sundress. Okay.
Die.
Die. Okay. I don't want anybody to capture my beautiful sundress, so I have to destroy it. Someone's gonna mess it. Oh man, I think we're gonna lose this game. I think our team's not that good. I mean, it's kind of telling when Hunter has all the kills. Well, a lot of kills. Sonic Blast just is a good TKer, I think.
They're low as shit.
Sorry, I didn't think I was gonna kill you. I meant like this to wound you through the wall, because it was just like, you're just sitting
Yo,
there.
MM just tried to shoot you through a fucking wall. You didn't see it, fam.
Oh my god!
MM just tried to shoot you through a wall. I'm not fucking joking. You saw it too.
It's okay, you can't do it. I'm between Oh, look at my shoes.
Put a bullet in him. Do it. He tried to shoot you.
Look at my shoes. You think they match my eyes?
I did you kill him.
Yes, they're beautiful, and that's why you should shoot MM2. He hates these shoes.
Here's a teammate dying.
200 bits tomorrow. 200
CB
bits
shooter.
tomorrow if you shoot.
200 bits tomorrow. Oh boy.
Kill him. If you kill him.
I'm not gonna kill him because I have a TK on me, and I'm just gonna.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Oh wait,
1v1, do it.
Thanks, you didn't do that. Okay, so I can do it. Yeah.
MM's just dead weight.
I'm getting 200 bits, dude. Come over here. I'm getting paid $2 to kill you, dude. Come over here. This is not fair. Do not kill me. I'm gonna get $2. I'll share it, like half of it with you. Thanks, man. Fucking, I was lying. I'm not giving you shit. Got him. Got him.
See, all
Do
it
you have
takes is
any
a
nades?
compliment.
Run at them. Run at them.
Worked out.
Talk on chat. Say like, I'm not gonna kill you.
If you remain in this zone, you will be detected by
You think I'm gonna talk to people in chat? Do you even know who I am? Stop.
Oh my God, we
See,
still
we
won.
won that because MM was a bitch and
Got
died.
$2 and I won the game.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? What's up? I love getting paid to kill people. Guys, if you change one letter in fuel pumps, it's fuel pimps.
Shields? No.
I didn't work out last time.
Yes, it worked out great.
Oh my god,
worked out
Epic
this
Halo,
time.
thanks for following my my stream, my Twitch stream.
Yes, recruit. MM,
What,
do
you
it. Don't
Twitch
be a
streaming?
bitch.
What are you doing?
You remember what happened last time?
That is right. You better watch out, MM. I
Why
gotta
don't you go like the other show guy?
It happened again.
I gotta follow on
Do you
Twitch.
not
dude.
learn, MM? What the hell's wrong?
Need to recover the hostage.
You're a real disappointment.
Well, I can't shoot him. I'm already been warned.
GT Hunt? You wanna do it, man?
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay, okay.
I'll do it.
Okay, one of you do it.
Yeah,
doesn't
one of you
matter.
gamer girls do it, and there's 3 gamer girls here, but we should all pick who does it. Oh, they're in the gear shop, the convenience store. Yeah, they're in the convenience store, man. How convenient is that, guys?
Hey guys.
Hey guys, leather belts.
Today my wife received a book from UPS. She ordered 10 years.
What?
5 seconds.
Some post I saw Reddit. Someone finally got their book they ordered 10 years.
MM, man, why are you
Maybe-
spelling all the...
Maybe I'll get my Snuggie that I bought Ignis in like 10 years. I bought her a Snuggie and it hasn't shown up yet. Keeps getting lost in the mail. They've sent like 3 Snuggies to replace it. It just doesn't come.
Someone's been stealing it.
Those Canadians have been stealing my fucking Snuggies, dude. Oi, mate, I'm from Canada, eh? I sure love stealing melon Snuggies. Oh, boy. I have no idea where I was shot from, but I do know our Monty's dead.
Oh, they won't show it.
Oi, mate, I sure love Snuggies.
GT Hunt. Do it.
Sorry.
Yo, you're so
TK.
fucking toxic.
You TK'd.
That is not a
What
gamer
the
girl.
fucking
That is
shit?
like,
Where is he?
at best, a gamer trans.
He's down, he's down. You
Okay,
put
after
one
this
bullet in
round,
him.
I gotta go. Yeah, this is
Before
the
the
last
fucking
round,
Cav
guys.
gets to him.
This
Do
is
it.
the last round. I can't do anymore. Thanks for hanging out with me for an hour and 30 minutes so far. You better kill him, Hunter. Shoot him through the wall or something. Hunter, shoot him through the wall. You can shoot him through the wall. He looks right there.
This show.
No, like right there. Oh, maybe not. Almost. That was close enough. I'll give you the credit for that one. Dang, this stream is so dead.
You see, MM, you wouldn't have died if you had shield.
Sorry.
It would protect you.
It's not my fault, man. Alright, that was it.
Man, that's your fault. I don't know
Shit
what the
on
fuck
YouTube
happened
a lot. I
there.
just do it for like random stuff.
He was a toxic fuck.
Yeah.
But he was a good fuck.
Beach.
Beach. And then you're alright. You're alright, MM. I love you like a cow manure sandwich.
Hey, make sure to announce
Announce what?
the raid. 7 days.
Oh yeah, there's a raid in 7 days a raid in
Area
Area 51. Are you guys ready for Area 51 raid? I know I am.